Hello, friends. Welcome to Nirmal Bang. I'm Piyush Jain, and today we are bringing to you another company which is due for getting listed on the bourses. The IPO is coming up. The name of the company is Manoj Vaibhav Gems and Jewelers Limited, and joining us on the show is the management, Ms. Grandhi Sai Keerthana, the director and the CFO of the company, and Mr. Gontla Rakhal, the chief operating officer of the company. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Gontla, let's first start with you. Help us understand, like gems and jewelers. It is one thing which I think all Indians are fascinated about. Whether it's gemstones, it's jewelry, it's gold, silver, diamonds. Everybody is fascinated about. So let's try and understand what's the business model of the company first, and also help us understand which geographies it is present.
Sure. So, good afternoon to everyone. So, this is Rakhal Gontla. So, we have started back in 1994 with 800 square feet of showroom. So, we started introducing plain gold, stones, semi-precious, studded, rubies, emeralds, silver. So, we started growing year by year, and one of our biggest milestone in 2008, where we have opened our flagship store, close to 30,000 square feet. So we tried getting more into premium jewelry as well. So after that, 2014, we started expanding into rural markets, and we started getting into tier 3 cities. So we want our main focus as on today, we want to get into more into tier 3 and focus on the rural markets where demand for gold is going up day by day in the rural markets. So that's our initial plan as on today.
Right. And how many stores as of now you have?
So we have 13 stores, 11 in Andhra and 2 in Telangana. So we are planning to open 8 more new stores, 6 in Andhra and 2 in Telangana.
Okay. So Andhra and Telangana has been the focus. And when we are talking about sort of major, I would say USP of the company, is it the diamond jewelry or is it the gold jewelry? Because if you're talking about tier 3 and rural markets, there actually gold and silver jewelry actually sell more.
So, our focus in tier 3 is mainly into plain gold because
Okay,
people understand plain gold more there than studded jewelry or thing.
right.
So what we do is, so first year we gain the trust of the rural market. We try knowing the taste, culture, and all. So eventually, in a year or so, once we get good grip on the market, we start introducing the premium gold as well. Because someone comes in the first year, they come again second year, they want to buy something different because their income is growing day by day. So they want to explore something different. So our focus is on plain gold in the rural, and slowly, eventually, focusing on the premium and introducing and making them aware about the premium jewelry as well.
Right, sir. And what has been the average revenue? Let me ask this question to Ms. Grandhi. Ms. Grandhi, what has been the average revenue per store for the mature stores, which would have opened some time back?
So the mature stores, we have about 70 crores revenue that we do for the mature stores in rural areas. So we have flagship stores, we have stores in the urban areas, and we have stores in the rural areas. So we have one flagship store that is in Visakhapatnam. That's actually India's one of biggest stores and ISO certified stores back from 2007. And then we have urban stores, like I mentioned, and the rural. And we plan to expand more. Our focus right now is to expand in more rural areas because our focus is Andhra and Telangana. The states have been divided, and we see a lot of growth opportunity there. And there, the markets are booming. So we want to be the first entrant there, and we want to take that first mover advantage in wherever place we go because there are virgin markets.
Okay. And in terms of revenue spread, like what's the revenue per store in your major flagship store, in urban stores and rural stores?
So a flagship store does about 60% of the sale revenues that you see. The rural market does about 30%, and the urban does about 20%.
Okay, fair enough. And how much a rural store would be earning per annum in terms of sales?
In terms of sale, the rural is about 70 crores. Each store
One,
does. Revenue.
one
The revenue.
70.
70 crores per store?
revenue.
Revenue.
Okay, okay. And urban store?
Urban store does about 100 to 120 crores.
Okay. And obviously the flagship store would be doing 150 crore plus?
Flagship store is doing close to
800 crores.
800 crores.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, and so that's an interesting spread here. Help us also understand margins, because as I understand, the input would be obviously gold, and then you would be like doing some processing on it and then selling as a plain gold. But what are the margins you're working with?
So we have an EBITDA margin of 7.6% at the moment. So that's what we are looking at, and our PAT is around 3.6%. So that's where we're headed towards. So this is a
Right.
blended mix. You have everything. We have plain gold. We have semi-precious, premium, stone-studded diamond. This is a blended composition that I'm giving you.
Absolutely. And how much funds you're raising in this IPO, ma'am?
So 210 crores is for the fresh issue for the 8 stores that we are opening, and 28 lakh shares of OFS.
Right. And the 200 crores which you're raising, largely these 8 stores are opening up where? In rural markets or in urban stores or mix?
It's completely rural markets in Andhra and Telangana, Tier 3.
Okay. And so, which implies, if my math is right, I'm looking at a 500 crore plus sales contribution. Obviously, subjected to the average number remains same. There is no need to forecast, but yeah, we are looking from that perspective. So that's one part, yeah. And from the other part, is there any sort of net debt on the balance sheet at the end of FY23?
Sorry, your voice is
Your
broken.
voice is
Is there any debt on the balance sheet at the end of FY23?
Yes, yes. We have working capital limits.
And apart from working capital, is there any other long-term debt?
We have these COVID term loans, but otherwise nothing.
Oh, so the balance sheet is quite lean, which implies, because working capital is a part of business, but apart from that, there is no loan, which again is good for the business. From there, ma'am, uh, what do you think actually from the market perspective? What's the reason for the propensity of increase in consumption? How has been the last year for you versus the last 2 years? Because almost in all sectors, consumption has really grown highly in the last 12, 14 months. Is that the same observation in your sector, which in your market territory, which you're seeing?
Yes, we've seen like post COVID, a lot of people have realized this is the life that we have to lead, and this is the one life we've got. So people are really looking into opportunities. And also, COVID taught us and also gave us a lot of disposable income, because there was no restaurants or there was no tourism, and people really saw the growth of investment. On also, the younger generation's mindset has changed, because there was a lot of time that you spend with the older generation, so you get investment tips, you get those ideas. So at least for our industry, it helped us a lot. So this becomes an asset class and also a luxury that you do. So women are happy, the men are also happy because it's investment, and the women are happy because they're wearing it. So we see that kind of growth, and also that's in the urban space. In the rural market, any day people prefer and they see, and down south it's a very sentimental value regarding purchase of gold. So that way we've been seeing good growth, and we expect it to be like this.
Okay, makes good. Makes sense. And also, two more questions around that. Uh, Let me ask Mr. Rakhal. Mr. Rakhal, how do you manage cost here? Because input cost, that you'd be importing gold, right, from a raw physical form, and then doing a processing. Like, how do you manage the cost on that?
So, I mean, we don't import gold as in, so we buy it
Okay.
from the bullion houses and the banks. So, whatever is the
Okay.
standard bullion rates are. So,
Okay.
I mean, we buy the gold and we give it to our vendors. So, that's how it's been treated into form of jewelry. So, there's another thing where direct purchase, direct, where we go to our set of vendors, we buy direct jewelry from them. So, we don't actually import any gold. So,
Right. So in the rural stores, what's the EBITDA margin for the rural stores?
The EBITDA margin will be a little lesser. It will be a percent lesser than the urban and the blended mix because predominantly it's plain gold, and once it gets matured, you'll have a little bit of semi precious content going on there.
Okay, so it looks like the rural market is a very simple business. So
it's
that's
it's it's not simple as it sounds because there has to be different methodologies in which you have to connect to those people, and for them because of the kind of education we give a lot of knowledge sessions. These are focus group discussions where we impart knowledge about quality, purity, so that's how we gain trust. And we also tell them about the difference of the 24 carat rate and 22 carat rate, so that they are aware, fully aware of that. And also the marketing has to be entirely different. You can't just be on paper or on digital media. We have localized methods of being on these autos and
Bus
buses,
branding.
bus branding. So there are different types of marketings that you have to do, different types of word of mouth has to go there. So it's a different ball game altogether, but yeah, that's where we're good at. We've seen our business grow. So
So, adding to that, we do a lot of exhibitions before opening a store. We do at least 6 to 8 exhibitions. We understand the nature of the people there, taste, culture. So it's easy for us when you open. You don't have to do any trial and error method. So from day one, you're doing your business. So we do a lot of homework before opening a store as well.
so. Let's imagine the flowchart here. You actually sort of open a store, and usually all your stores are franchise based or they are company owned.
We have like 11 company owned, 2 franchise stores.
These 8 stores which are going to open up, are they going to be company owned or
Yeah,
franchise?
company owned,
company.
completely.
Company owned. Okay. So company owned implies that you will have some cost from day one, but the business doesn't achieve the peak revenue from day one. So what's that maturity cycle? Like how much time you need for that store to achieve an optimal revenue like other stores?
Probably, I think we'll be looking close to 3 to 4 quarters because we have done enough of our exhibitions or background check. So that areas they know about the brand, they know what we are going to offer, what's been there. So they don't come and they don't want to come and test us. So they know they've been with us directly or indirectly for past 2 years. So we shouldn't take more than 3 to 4 quarters to get back to the regular store economics.
Right. And you would be usually leasing the stores, right? Not buying the space,
We
right?
believe.
It will be mostly on a long lease basis.
Long term. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And one more sort of part here. From the perspective of flagship stores, help us understand the sort of mix and the trend there also. Like what you sell more there, and basically why. Perhaps this question will also be in the minds of our viewers. That why not more flagship stores? Andhra Telangana is a very big area. Basically, help us understand that also.
So, basically in flagship, we have like 60% of plain gold, 35% mix of premium and diamonds, and 5 to 10% of silver and silver articles and silver jewelry. So, yeah, when it comes to why not flagship store, it's a huge inventory thing, it's a huge operational thing. So, we feel, we have proved ourselves in like last 10 years during our expansion thing. This micro and the rural focus is helping us to grow more faster. So flagship store, we wanted to keep it as a flagship store. And over the period, when the years pass by, once we establish our hub and the spokes, once we are confident enough, we'll be looking at even those options as well, looking up for as a flagship store in other parts of Andhra. Telangana.
It's a thought out strategy where actually you want to grow
Yes,
faster with lower working capital, more
correct.
reach, more stores, more territory coverage.
That's true.
It's
And also Vizag, and also to add on to that, Vizag is a place which is very developed in terms in Andhra, and about 200 to 300 kilometers radius people come into the city in terms of tourism or education or health. So
Sure.
this kind of a place is difficult for us to find in any other regions at the moment. So once maybe this kind of a place comes, we can think out of a well strategy. But for now, this is what we see.
sure. Perhaps my last question, and that would be FY23. It appears to me, please correct me if I'm wrong, it appears to me that looks like a cash generating business. FY23, was it a free cash flow generating business for you?
As in, we didn't get it. Can you repeat the question?
I'm saying that it appears to me that this business would be a cash generating business, a positive free cash flow generating business. So FY23, any sort of a free cash flow generation which you saw last year?
So I mean, we have added a store last year. So I mean,
Yeah,
which helps
so
us.
I understood. I was saying basically, but last year, what was the profit margin? What was the net profit?
3.2% approximately. We had
Okay,
around 71 crores. 71
and
crores.
1 crores of that.
understood. So basically, EBITDA margins around 7% blended, net profits around 3%.
3%.
So yeah, definitely a cash generating business as it is looking like. Overall, I think it looks a sort of great strategic thought where you are going to use the money to really sort of grow faster. And I think our viewers, I think, will like that. A very focused business. And with that thought, we would like to thank you for coming on our show and enlightening us about everything, your business, your IPO. All the best wishes to you for this IPO.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you
Thanks
for
so much.
having us. Thank you.
And dear viewers, with that, we come to the end of this conversation. Hope you enjoyed it.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Nirmal Bang.